Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to peel back the layers on a material that you probably have in your home right now. We're about to uncover the secret journey of rattan.
Have you ever really thought about it? That beautiful chair you love, or that basket holding your blankets? Where did it actually come from? Well, you might be surprised to learn it's a journey that's way more complex and, frankly, more ethically charged than you'd ever imagine.
So first up, let's talk about why we're so drawn to rattan in the first place. It's got this timeless allure, right? It's been a favorite for designers and homeowners for ages, and for some really good reasons.
And it's pretty easy to see why. Rattan just brings this natural kind of organic feel into our homes, adding so much warmth and texture. It's also incredibly versatile. It fits in everywhere, from a super bohemian living room to a sleek, minimalist apartment. Plus, it's lightweight but surprisingly durable. And maybe most importantly, we tend to see it as a really eco-friendly choice.
But, and this is where our story really begins, that simple green perception doesn't quite capture the whole picture. There's a hidden story here, a whole journey that we really need to unpack. Okay, so let's trace rattan all the way back to its source. And for that, our journey is going to take us deep into the world's tropical rainforests. So get this, rattan isn't actually wood. It's a vine-like palm, and there are literally hundreds of species of it growing throughout the rainforests of Southeast Asia. This makes countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines the absolute hotspots for the entire global rattan market.
And the way it's harvested is just incredible. It's traditionally all done by hand. This is a skill that's been passed down through generations, reflecting a really deep connection between the local communities and the forest around them. Harvesters have to know exactly which vines to select and cut. It's a practice that has sustained families for a very, very long time.
But here's the critical question, right? What happens when that small-scale traditional craft suddenly meets massive global demand? Well, the pressure cranks way up, and all of a sudden, the path from that forest to your living room gets a whole lot more complicated.
And this brings the entire industry to a major ethical crossroads. You see, the constant demand for cheaper and faster products has created some huge challenges, and those challenges are impacting both the environment and, of course, the people involved.
And this chart, wow, it really lays out the two sides of the problem perfectly. On the environmental side, when harvesting isn't sustainable, it can lead to deforestation, habitat loss, and it's a real threat to biodiversity. But there's a human cost too. On the social side, that pressure for low prices can mean unfair labor conditions, really low wages, and dangerous work environments for the very people the industry depends on.
Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. Amidst all these challenges, some companies are really trying to pioneer a better way forward. And to see what that actually looks like, let's take a look at the work of an ethical supplier named Mondoro.
This quote really gets to the heart of what they're all about. It's not just about making beautiful things, it's about a deep commitment to being responsible global citizens. They make sure their materials are ethically sourced and sustainably harvested. And you can feel it. This is a fundamentally different way of doing business.
So how do they actually do it? Well, this breaks it all down. By focusing on ethically sourced materials and sustainable methods, they're directly tackling those problems of deforestation and exploitation we just talked about. They're also committed to promoting the well-being of the communities they work with. They really want to create a positive impact that goes way beyond just the furniture itself. This is what it looks like to find a truly ethical supplier.
And now, this is where you come in. Because as consumers, we have an incredible amount of power to help shape this industry, just by making conscious, informed choices.
So, what can you actually do? It's pretty straightforward. First, do a little research on brands. Look for companies like Mondoro that are open and transparent about their sourcing. Second, don't ever be afraid to ask questions. Reach out and ask about their supply chain. A good, reputable company will be happy to share. And third, just talk about it. Share what you've learned. The more people who demand ethical products, the more the industry has to listen. Every single purchase you make is like casting a vote. By choosing wisely, you are directly supporting a more sustainable and ethical future for this amazing natural material and, of course, for the communities that depend on it.
And if you want to learn more from a company that's really leading the charge, there are so many ways to connect with Mondoro. You can contact Anita Hummel directly, get their amazing free lookbook, listen to the Global Trade Gal podcast. You can also subscribe to their YouTube channel and join their newsletter for more great insights and blogs.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. Every single piece in your home tells a story.
By making these conscious choices, you can make sure your home is making a statement not just about your style, but about your values. So what story will your home tell?